Alright.
Hey! Welcome back to the Hoodie Bros. It is Thursday,
July 28th.
and we missed you on Tuesday. So today we're going to talk about something that I'm sure a lot of you guys are interested in. And so, as you all know, or hopefully most of you know, hopefully all of you know, Apple, in the last week, has had a lot of leaks about the next generation of the well-known iPhone, the iPhone 7.
Yes.
So there's just been a lot of info leaking out, and some of it, you know, different sources, same phone. So it's kind of hard to ignore at this point. So we got to kind of take note. And so today we are going to talk about some of the most recurrent and popular iPhone 7 leaks.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to start us off. Now, first thing you'll want to know is there's going to be different, just like there was the 6 and then the 6 Plus. There was a rumor at one point that there was going to be the 7 Plus, and the 7 Pro. And the 7 Pro was basically going to be a 7 Plus with a dual lens camera, which was a very popular leak for a while. There was like blueprints of it and stuff that people had found. But of course, we weren't quite sure what that meant. But recently, it has been revealed that there are only 2 code names. Apple likes to give all of their products code names, and there are only 2. So that indicates that there is only the 7 and the 7 Plus. Trenton, what you got?
Well, one thing they're rumored to change is the antenna band that is above the camera, or that goes across the bottom of the camera on the 6, is going to be just moved to the top.
And it's just that gray line. Everyone knows it. I didn't know it was an antenna band for a while.
Neither did I until you told me.
Yeah.
And the camera is going to be moved down just a little bit, and it's going to be larger.
How much larger? We're not exactly sure, but just by looking at the pictures, you can tell it's going to be a substantial
increase in size.
Yes, a substantial increase in size, and hopefully increase in quality.
Yeah.
Okay, so another thing that is very controversial is if you look at the bottom of an iPhone 6, there's the headphone port and then one little speaker, and then there's 5 speakers with the lightning port in between. There's now 5 speakers on both sides, but of course that means there is no longer a headphone jack on the phone.
How are you going to plug in your headphones?
We don't know yet. There are some rumors that there are going to be earbuds that plug into the lightning port. There are going to be Bluetooth earbuds that come with the phone, or maybe a lightning to 3.5 millimeter dongle will come with it, or adapter. I don't know why people call them dongles. Either way, I think it's a terrible idea.
Yep.
The 3.5 millimeter port has been around for like 50 years, and it is never needed to be replaced. It is just the most ideal basic headphone port, and it has worked for a very long time.
Maybe they're making the phone so thin that you can't use a 3.5 jack.
Well, how are you going to listen to your music?
I don't know.
It's heinous. Heinous.
With the new speakers, you know? The new balanced speakers.
All right, another thing, a kind of minor thing, is a lot of people are familiar that there is the white and gold iPhone. There is the space gray iPhone. It's called space gray. And then finally there is the rose gold iPhone, which is, it's a nice color. It's a rose color with gold accent. But there have been rumors that there will be a new color, or replacing the older color. Space gray may be changing to space black, which is kind of a more traditional iPhone look with the just dark black all around.
Mm-hmm. Kind of a matte metal sheen to it.
That is a good adjective. Matte black.
There you go. Another rumored attribute of the 7s will be about 15% more battery life.
Which is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I could do with 15% more bad.
I'm sure we all could.
Which I think could last, in the way I use my iPhone, would probably last about like half an hour. But For most people, it'd probably last you like another hour to 2 hours of battery life. Another thing is waterproofing. Waterproofing is becoming a very popular thing. There are many waterproofing cases for the iPhone 6 and before already. But recently a patent by Apple for water repellent speakers was dug up. And another thing is that with iOS 10, which has been distributed to developers already, is if you plug in a lightning charger while there is water in the lightning port, it'll send you a notification. So that's and it'll tell you to take it out and clean it or whatever. Anyway, that's a sure sign that they're moving in the direction of waterproofing, especially with that water repellent speaker deal.
No catching up to the Samsung.
Yeah, that's another thing, is they're just kind of catching up. Trem, what you got?
Well, another attribute. 2 more gigs of RAM.
Ooh.
And on the 7, and a minimum storage is being bumped up to 32 gigs instead of 16 now.
Ooh. I could use 30. I've always run out of like storage on my phone, so I've always kind of wanted more.
Yeah.
Anyway, this final thing that may also, I guess you could put this under the waterproofing label, is that they may be just like wiping clean and getting rid of the home button, which is, I would imagine, somewhat controversial. But instead of an actual button, because water could get in there and mess it up, instead of an actual button, the rumor is that they're just going to have a sensor pad in the shape of a circle still, with the indentation and everything. It's just you won't be clicking it anymore. And I think that's even if that's not on the 7, that's definitely going to be implemented at some point, especially for the waterproofing, which I am quite excited about.
I don't own an iPhone, so
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like the way the 6 is, but people are always kind of hesitant to change. Like I remember when iOS 7 came out, people were just like freaking out and saying they hated it.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of a standard now. Like you look at iOS 6 and kind of, it's gross. It's disgusting. All right, Trent, you want to close us out?
Sure. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Comment any suggestions you might have for future episodes.
And while you're at it, make sure to follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, and add us on Snapchat for special sneak peeks and behind-the-scene content.
And all the links to those will be in the description below.
And we will see you next Tuesday.